Hello and welcome to Open Boosters. Alright, here we go. I'm just going to leave that on the screen. That's not going to matter too much today. Alright, we're going to be opening up a revised booster pack. Many people have been saying, well, some people have been saying that it's the blue gloves that are attracting the camera. So I'm going to get rid of the blue gloves for now. We're going to open this beautiful revised pack. After the revised opening, I'm going to talk about kind of what I'm selling in the future, not yet, on Open Boosters. We already did the test to see if I can actually make transactions, and those of you who actually bought something, thank you very much. But we will talk about that after this. If you don't care about that kind of stuff, then you can just enjoy the pack opening, because that's what we do here. All right, it's revised. Look at the barcode that was stuck on there from the other pack. Oh, so fun. I've shown these kind of things before. I think it's funny when it happens. All right, here we go. It's been a while since we've opened Revised. Dun, dun, dun. All right, well, does this one still apply? It does. All right, we're going to do it like the flesh and blood way. The Saint taught me a long time ago. But sometimes I forget it does that. All right, it rippies just fine. Woo, crumble. That's fun. Crumble and uncommon? I don't think so. Should have been. That's a common, right? All right, we're going to check the back, see if this is a flipped up pack. All right, here we go. Nope. Crumbles an uncommon, I guess. Crazy. Oh, it's viewed as a common. There's Earthbind for you. Fantasticness there. Sorry, I bumped the table. Yay. All right, now what does it focus on? It's not bad. Well, shoot. Come on. Come on. Get in there. Yeah, we might have to go back to something else. Maybe just focus on this thing. Who knows? Let's see. I'm going to crack this sucker. We're going to fill it up. Come on. There we go. Let's get there. Right in there. Come on. 5 minutes of trying to focus. That's terrible. All right, Earthbind. And then, Blaines. I have to talk with Edwin and see if I can figure out how to move this camera up and down. In which case, we won't have to deal with this anymore. All right, that's good. All right, Mountain. But for now, we're going to do it this way for a little bit. Disenchant, not dat enchant. Flight. No longer call it flying because of me opening packs with all the corrections. And then we have Raised Dead. Come on, focus in the center. You gotta see this guy. This guy's awesome. It's like one of my favorite artworks of the Commons. Stone Rain. Rain those stones. Fog, nothing to see here. Swamp, there it is. Erg Raiders, Arabian Nights in the house. Mountain, Arabian Nights in the house. Alright, the rare. Tool that, baby. Oh. The crumble. Crumble, crumble. Gloom. There we go. I like gloom. Brassman. Man, this is Arabian Nights pack all the way. And the rare. Sedge Troll. Nothing like having a Sedge Troll. Sedge Trolls are awesome. There we go. Sorry about the cameras and stuff. New systems, they take time to tweak into place, but it'll get there. Everything's improving over time. All right, so that is the opening, the craziness of it all. So, plans for the website as far as sales concerns, because people are asking me. All right, we're looking forward to the sales. Some of you actually signed up for the newsletter, which, okay, I'll have to figure out how to do a newsletter because I don't even know how. All right, so wasn't expecting people to sign up for that. So that's something I'll have to figure out. But let's talk about what I plan to do. So what I want to plan to do is like make a deal, like, you know. So a lot of people go out and they'll try to find deals, right? But if I can make one and it's good enough, then you would probably buy it. But when I do that, I have to combine items where I have higher margins and combine ones that I have lower margins, and then I can make a package deal. All right, so like when you buy and try to make a deal, the art of the deal, I guess you should say, you buy stuff that you know, like this. Oh crud, I need to shift that, don't I? All right, hold on. Oh, sorry, Brassman. You don't need to be under the mouse. That's a bad thing. All right, let me get the, that's, oh right, I just, no. Come on, widget. Here we go. Now I'm bigger than life. Nice. All right, so when I get things like this, you know, this is Commander Legends. You're familiar with it. You know how much it goes for, you know how much it sells for, and that kind of stuff. Yay, Commander Legends. You know, and I might have a small margin, I might have a large margin. But on this one, this particular Commander Legends, I went out and actually bought it, and I have a particular price point that I've purchased it at. So I know how much I'm going to make if I sold it to you. If I only sell this, then I need to get as much margin as possible, right? So it makes sense. If I put two things you know about together, Double Masters, woo, Double Masters VIP. It's an expensive box. I throw it in with Commander Legends, and then I have a certain margin on the Double Masters and a certain margin on this, and I've sold for more money, and I can reduce the price. The more items I add to something, the more I can kind of fudge the numbers, right? Because each item I have has a certain price point that I need to meet. All right, so then I can throw in stuff that maybe you don't want, like Flesh and Blood. So let's say I put Magic the Gathering with a Flesh and Blood box. You don't want Flesh and Blood, get out of here, right? You don't want it. But really, in the art of the deal, this is a widget. What is a widget? Something you don't care about. This is what a widget is. So if you're a CEO of any company and you have a widget that you don't care about, you figure out how to sell that widget. And does this box have a price point? Sure, it has a price point, and you can look it up. But I'm actually going to, when I actually do the products and that kind of stuff, and I have all the sale items that I'm going to do, I can put up the price point of what it currently sells at. You would have to do your own due diligence as well to verify that I'm telling you the right numbers. Because if I said this is a $200 box or $210, that's currently not the real market value. I think it's around $170-ish, going up and down a little bit. So this is a first edition Monarch box. So if I threw it, is this the first edition? Just let me make sure. Yeah, first edition. All right. So if I put that in there, and then you know exactly how much to sell it for. But you also know that you might have to dump it. Maybe you have to sell it for $160 or $150 in order to get your price point to be able to just get it out of your hands. Because you hate Flesh and Blood. That's a thing. You know, you don't want it, right? You're a Magic the Gathering player. Commander Legends Double Masters, maybe you want it. But probably maybe you only want it to make money. So as I put this in the box, I'll have a certain range. Now, this is not the actual product that I'm selling you at this moment in time. I'm just picking up random things, right? To prove another point, okay, we have this one, right? BOFUR. You've probably never even heard of a Weiss box. It's probably one of those things you're like, what? Yes, this is Weiss, all right? And this is BOFURI, Bufuri. So maybe you know about this product, maybe you don't. But let me pull up TCG Player and I will go look up the current price of this box. All right, let's see. TCG Player, boom. And then I can just type it in. Search BOFURI. Okay, that's not what I need. Those are just cards. Box. Okay. Currently, this is selling for $189. There you go. $84. Market price is $157. So, does it have a price? Sure. Do you care? No. Could you dump it? Absolutely. Why not, right? It's a $184.99 current 5 listings, and it's $157 market price. That's what people were willing to pay for it. So when you see that, you can actually look these things up, and it's been going up over time. Wow. All right. So someone paid $200, and there's been $190 sales. But there's one, oh, I see. It's $189 and $4.99 shipping. Gotcha. Okay, so it's not really $189 list. It's $189 plus $5 in shipping, which makes it $195. And there's been several that have sold for $190 and $200. All right, but that doesn't matter. It's a widget to you, and you just want to throw it over the wall. So if I can come up with a giant pile of stuff or widgets, Magic the Gathering, whatever I have, and you can determine a price point for it, which I'm actually going to do for you. I'll tell you what it sells on eBay, I'll tell you what it sells on TCGplayer, and you will be able to know how much it sells for, in which case, if I can get below that price point, you would be tempted to buy, right? So how do I make money if I'm trying to sell it for less than that value? Well, it's because I get to move it faster, right? So I put a nice little package deal together, and then you get to purchase it, and that's fine. Am I going to lose money? No. That would be dumb. I wouldn't do that. That's stupid. However, I have held on to some items for a long period of time. BOFURI came out a while back, and I bought it a while back. It's gone up in price. Flesh and Blood Monarch went down in price, so I'm probably not going to get much of a margin there, and you might not even see the product actually put out as far as a sale is concerned. So there are things that I might put out and might not, but I'm not going to lose money. Some things I've just held for a long period of time. What have I held for a long period of time? Okay, hey, Corey, yeah. I bought these when they first came out. However, you need to consider that these probably won't sell very fast if you sell it at current market value at $20 a pop, right? I think that's current price point, around 20, 23 or something like that. But anyways, these are collector hanger packs. So if you buy them and from me and you get a decent price on them, maybe you dump them at 18, or if you're going to use it for a booster draft. It doesn't really matter, but if I put this in there, I have a certain margin. There's certain amounts I want. However, I get to move my product a little faster. But if I'm putting up, let's see, let's see, I guess this is the most expensive thing I have, so I guess I'll show it again. Double Masters VIP, I probably have a little bit of a high margin because I actually bought it a long time ago when it first came out. In which case, there's going to be a lot of room to wiggle, right? So if there's a lot of room to wiggle, then I can shake up the margins. And if I shake up the margins, then it's a good thing, right? And so I moved the product a little faster. You guys can actually sell it and make money, or you can open it yourself. It doesn't really matter. But if I can come up, my plan is to actually come up with something that you will want to buy because you will make money, but I don't want to overwhelm the populace, so I'm only going to be making these at max maybe 20 at a time, right? So, but if I put these together and it's underneath the price point, then you're going to want to buy it. But is it going to be expensive? Yes. Do I think someone who needs the money should buy it? No, because it's going to take time to sell. Everything takes time to sell. All right? So you have to keep that in mind. So there's something you have to think about it, right? So if you have the ability, will there be vintage? I know a lot of people were asking me if it was going to be vintage, for those who communicated with me with what kind of sales I'm going to actually put up. And maybe, it's probable, but it is undecided what's going in the box, what's not going in the box. But something will go in the box, but it doesn't have to be vintage. It might not be vintage. Most of the time, it won't be vintage. So don't expect vintage. Will vintage happen? Maybe. Someday down the road. I might completely whiff, right? And nobody buys anything, right? So I actually put it out there. I say it's a good deal, and I make a mistake, and it's not a good deal, and nobody buys. Which totally can happen. And that's just fine, right? So if I do that, then I've obviously screwed up somewhere. Or I misjudged something as far as a price point is concerned. So that can totally happen. Or something radically changed on the market and suddenly, I don't know, Modern Horizon 2 bundles go up to $600 a box. That doesn't seem logical, but you know, you never know, right? And maybe Commander Legends boxes go skyrocketing down to $50 a box because Commander Legends sucks. You never know. Things happen. Maybe we'll make mistakes. I may say that this box is $10,000 right here, and that's a good deal, and that's stupid. But so you know, the margin may not be there for you, but I will just put out my information, and I'll put out what I'm going to sell it for, and you'll go look at it and either go, wow, that sucks, or B, maybe you'll think about it. Maybe you're like, well, maybe I can buy it. Maybe I can sell it. I don't have a way to sell it, then I don't want to buy it. But I figured this is a way to move product and make money for the channel so I can continue making openings, right, for the channel and that kind of stuff. And it'll be a way to make revenue. That's what I've been lacking on the channel for things, and everything gets more expensive over time. However, I want to do this in such a fashion that you want to, and it's gonna be very limited. I'm not gonna make like, here's 200 boxes. It's not gonna be like that, because I've decided that's kind of not the way I want to do it. Like I said, if I sell one item like this, I have to sell it for X. It's just that simple, because it's a singular item, you know. It's not really the kind of the art of the deal, you know. And it's expensive to ship. The more items I stick in the box, I save on shipping. Surprisingly enough, right? Like I put in this in the box and a Commander Legends box, you know, and you buy those two items, it's a lot cheaper to ship because you're buying that, you're buying this. It's going to be in a priority mail pack, but I have a margin on this and a margin on this, and I'm not shipping each thing individually. Like I can't sell one pack of this because it's too expensive to ship, right? I could stick it in an envelope and then ship it with a couple of stamps, but it's probably going to get damaged on the way. Do you want damaged product? Damaged product is awesome. Everybody loves damaged product. And that's just not acceptable, right? So it has to be packaged well in order to ship it to you. So I like to stick boxes on these things. And that way they don't get crushed into a cube. And you can't play with cubes. Well, you can play with cubes, but that's cube draft. This is, if you crush this and turn it into a cube, it's not a cube draft. But, you know, it's just, I need to put a lot of stuff in the box. It's going to be costly. I can probably stick a bunch of booster packs and make a little tiny one that's actually less expensive, and I'll probably do that. But you'll get a tiny bunch of booster packs, right? And so then you'll actually be able to buy it, and that'll be the cheap booster draft box kind of thing going on. And most still only going to be like, here's 20. That's it, you know? So, and will there be vintage? Obvious answer is maybe, probably. There's going to be something, but it depends on what you consider vintage. If you consider beta the only thing that's vintage, then that's not going to go in the box. That's obvious. Could there be antiquities? No, probably not. It seems very unlikely. I might make an Uber King Dingling box, but that's already at like 1,500 per pack, right? So that's also kind of steep. It would have to be like a $10,000 to $15,000 box. Here's a special $10,000 to $15,000. Who does that? That's just, it seems unreasonable. All right, but you know, it's all relative. So, and then it would have to be 60 packs because I'm not just going to sell one like 20 packs that I pull out of one box. That's ridiculous. And I want to keep it like in the 20 range. So there you go with that. I might move it up depending on how things go. See, as I sell stuff, I got to go find more stuff to bring in, right? And that's what I have to do in order to keep it flowing. If it doesn't flow, I'm going to not be able to do it. Just because I'm sitting on Commander Legends product now, once it's out the door, I need to find something else to put in the box, right? So that's another problem. And my connections will have to, well, they don't have to do anything. They can just tell me to, you know, they can give me the bird and, oh, sucks to be you. But I'm going to try. And I figured it'll be fun trying for a little while, and we'll see where we go. Right now I have a nice build-up, and I think it's a good time to execute, especially with kind of like inflationary things coming up. and selling them currently at this market, then you will be able to have items, right? And if you can make a little bit on the side, and I can make that kind of happen, then you'll be good to go. And so it's kind of like a fun little activity. So I don't really know what's going to happen. This is all trial and error. The first one, everyone might say, wow, you're way off in their numbers and you just suck. You're trying to rip us off. Or it can be like, what? How's it making money? That's freaking insane. Or it could be like, it's okay. Who cares? You know, it can be anything, right? And I don't really know what's going to happen. And I'm trying to work out the numbers at the moment. So it's going to be a little while before you actually even, well, I'm hoping this week will be the first one, right? And so since I know the shipping thing works now, on the Shopify, it'll be a test. It'll be another test toast, but it'll be a test toast on this. I might only make 10. I'm not sure. Depends on what I've decided. I'm not sure. So it's all up in the air. I'd like to keep it around 20, but since it's the first one out, and no, I'm not going to stick any extra items in it. I know some of the test ones, the test ones I actually put items in there, extra items. But that was just as a thank you for helping me out to test the Shopify website out to make sure everything was functional. And it is. It's functional. So that's good. All right. And that's basically, I mean, it looks like crap, but that's fine for now. And eventually maybe I'll fix that. And so it doesn't just, as soon as products end, it just says, add product here, you know, and that kind of stuff. It's like, whatever. For now, whatever. But it's going to be a good test toast, and I will tell you before it goes up, and I will explain what's going to be in there, and you will have, hopefully some hours, probably the next day after you see the video, that it'll be up there. And then I'll try to figure out if I can do a newsletter or not, because I know several of you are interested in doing the newsletter thing. I don't think it's going to have much information in it, but I will do the best I can if I can figure out how to send it. That's pretty much what it is. And so that's kind of my plan. That's kind of my plan. Either A, or it's just going to turn out to be, here's this box, like the test case. The test case was us. This is Commander Legends. You can buy it or not, kind of thing. I don't know. And then there's a price point, and that's kind of boring. And also, you just don't move. You just, it has to be its value, right? It has to be at your value online, because I'm not getting any extra revenue. So I can't really push it down. Because I'm not selling it. It's part of the art of the deal. The more you buy, the more of an option you can give someone to make a difference in their profit line. So that's the idea. So as long as I can continue to figure out how to bring more product in for cheap, the more I can pass that on in the actual things. And so we can see where it goes. And for a little while, at least, I do have product. So for a little while, we'll see what happens. All right. All right, so that's the plan. Good or bad, whatever happens, it's a plan. Not a good plan. Or maybe it is a good plan. Maybe this will be something that everyone's going to be like, man, I didn't get it, and I'm really disappointed. Or they'll be like, man, that sucked. In which case, either way, I've done something, right? It should be. And anytime you try something and fail, that's perfectly acceptable. I have no problem with people trying and failing. I do have a problem with people not trying. That's the thing. All right, so that's it in a nutshell. Hopefully it made sense. Probably didn't, but you know, I'll go from there. All right, have a nice day, everyone. Hit the like button, subscribe for the revised booster pack opening. Everything else is just cheese. I don't know.